I don't even think that's a thing. Is any woman expected to pay like the whole ticket? Like,
No.
Tatiana, do you know any woman that have paid the whole ticket?
I saw a story time where someone got stood up and they ended up having to pay the whole thing because the guy left
Nah, that's
abruptly.
different though. I'm talking about a fully complete date. We made it all the way to the end, and she picked up the whole ticket.
That sounds completely
Oh,
foreign
check
to
this
me.
out. Cynthia says she's
What?
done it before. Cynthia, give us some details.
We need
Details,
this. We
please.
need some
Like, what was the situation
understanding.
behind that?
Yes.
I will. Oh, but check this out though, Tatiana. That's the last time.
Hello? For the first date, I would prefer if you would pay all the way for the date.
Okay.
I feel like for me, 50-50 is more on a friend zone kind of thing. Or if you feel like your intentions were for him to pay and maybe the date isn't going as well as you thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
To me, a woman suggesting paying 50-50 before the bill even comes up, it sounds like it's not going well. Because you don't want to be responsible and feel like you owe anything to your date.
Mm-hmm.
It gets complicated with that kind of stuff, but for me personally, I would prefer the guy who asked me out, who
Right.
pursued me,
Right.
opened the door for me, and
She,
all that
she's
other
like,
stuff.
there's qualifiers, but it's expectation.
Right, 2 + 2 is 4. Like, so in this scenario, I would prefer if he paid for this date. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. So in the chat, Yvonne says, depending, we can split. I'm surprised. I
Mm.
thought it was gonna be unanimous. I'm not mad. Okay, so Yvonne is like, yo, depending on the circumstance, she might be willing to split it. Cynthia says, hopefully pays the whole amount for the first date. I I can respect it. That's pretty much what I expect. I feel like most women expect men to pay for the whole amount. Okay, we got Tiffany in the building. Welcome to the chat, Tiffany. She says she paid 50-50. All right, okay. So hey, forgive me for judging y'all chat. I totally thought it was gonna be unanimous. Like I misjudged the ladies. I did. So let's see what our next one is. I think we have three more left, and then we're gonna get into today's main topics. So okay, before we do that though, Paula says, if you ask me out on a date, I expect you to pay. I feel like
Thank
a lot
you.
of people have
Thank
that
you, Paula.
expectation. That's real.
I feel justified in my
Key
statements.
word, and this goes into our first topic that's coming up soon. Paula said it. Expect. Expect. Like I just want y'all to highlight that word right there.
Yes.
So Yvonne says, I always have Mr. No matter what. These guys be broke.
I think she meant to say me. I have me no matter what.
Yeah, her. Right. That's right. Yeah, that's real. That's real. I feel like you
You
should.
gotta be ready and
Like
prepared.
if you're coming with bare pockets, or in a woman's case, like your purse is empty, like you're asking for it. Krista says, I'm bringing money to pay, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's real.
Just keeping it
That's
real.
real. But see, I'll challenge this a little bit because, and I'm really playing on her exact statement. She said she's bringing money to pay. No. You have money in case you have to pay. You're not bringing money to pay. Like that isn't accurate, because if you're bringing money to pay, then of course, when he says, let's go 50-50, you're like, oh, I expected this because I brought this money to pay. But if
Hmm.
you come prepared with cash, I think that's a little bit different. What do you think? You think I'm just being particular here?
I see what you're saying. Like the wheels were spinning as we were reading that. It sounds like the way Krista wrote it.
I know
Okay,
how she
sound
wrote
like
it.
it sound like she was prepared to pay,
Mhm.
but in her mind she doesn't really want to.
Not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. So look, so these are like, yes, ma'am, he needs to pay for the whole first day. It sets the tone. So I'm
That's a
curious,
good
what
point.
tone is that? What is the
Tone.
tone that's being set? Does that mean that he's paying every day? Like, what's the tone that's being set? I would love to get additional information on the tone.
Yes.
What tone does that set? I'm interested to know.
Our first hand off reading that is setting the tone of like the guy showing himself to be a provider and someone
Mm,
to care for the people in his life, including his ladies. So
yeah.
that's what I got when I read that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Tanisha, by all means, let us know what you mean by the tone. I don't want to put words
Yes.
in. Asia says, I can't expect anything. See, Asia, because we do not agree to it, but it's always nice and appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say, Asia, you gonna make me figure out a way to add sound effects for this show. This is the first show, but I'm gonna find a way because Asia keeps dropping all of
Bring
these
that
gems,
hot
and I'm
fire.
like, I gets that. Oh, okay. So Yvonne says that's terrible. Only pay for you, boo. Hold on. So I don't think any woman was planning on paying like for everything, right? Right. No, I don't think I don't even think that's a thing. Is any woman expected to pay like the whole ticket? Like Tatiana, do you know any woman that have paid the whole ticket?
I saw a story time where someone got stood up and they ended up having to pay the whole thing because the guy left
Nah, that's
abruptly.
different though. I'm talking about a fully complete date. We made it all the way to the end, and she picked up the whole ticket.
That sounds completely
Oh,
foreign
check
to
this
me.
out. Cynthia says
What?
she's done it before. Cynthia, give us some details.
We need
Details,
this. We
please.
need some
Like, what was the situation
understanding.
behind that?
Yes.
I will. Oh, but check this out though, Tatiana. That's the last time.
Hello. Hello and good night.
Oh man, yo.
Because there's a certain. Because we finna tap in to the subjects. We about to tap in because
Yeah,
we talk about standards and
to.
expectations.
So
It's gonna be good.
I want to give Tanisha the opportunity. She says the tone of he can be a provider or is a generous guy. Okay, got you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, even Asia says she's paid for a date.
Wow.
Was it the full ticket? That's what I need to know. Was it the full ticket though?
I also want to know if paying for a dinner weighs more than paying for an activity on a date, because I feel like
From whose perspective?
It for a woman, if she were to like pay for a date, would it weigh more for her to pay for a date that's a meal like dinner, or would it would be less weighty if it was an activity like going to the movies or going to a sporting game or something like that? Like, does that make a difference what type of date it is if you're paying for the date? Because in my mind, in this little scenario that we're doing for our icebreaker, we're still at the dinner table, but I think the type of date that you go on might make an impact on how you go about approaching it. Like, oh, I want to pay for the date because I don't know, because I've done that before and I would do it again. I feel like paying for dinner, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like, I'm so used to guys paying for dinner, but I wouldn't mind paying for a date if it's my turn to plan the date. I wouldn't mind footing the bill for that date, but the meal part, when it comes to the meal, I just be like, can you just get it? Like,
right.
if it's an activity
for food.
right. If it's an activity, like I got concert tickets before for a boyfriend or something like that, like that considered a date, even though he didn't even like the artist. I was like, see, I'm not bringing you no more. But
oh yeah.
But yeah, it was on me because I wanted to share that experience with him at the time.
Right.
So
you know, that's real. So Asia gave a little bit of context. She said she's paid for movie tickets in advance. Okay.
And to me, that's an activity.
So I'm curious, was you expecting reimbursement? Because you in advance, like I'm looking out because we trying to get it the day that it come out. She was like, dinner? Nah, movies, no biggie. Okay, I can dig that. Cynthia says, to your point, activity part. I would pay for the activity if it's what I want to do. And that's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
If it's something you want to do, you feel like, hey, this is more so on you. Yep. I ain't mad at that.